and welcome to Retro Reviews, and welcome to Smash Saturday, where we talk about all things Smash related until we get a new Smash game, whether it be Smash 6 or Smash Ultimate Deluxe. Apologies for the informal setup here. It's not my normal one. My family fell asleep nice and early tonight, and I've been waiting all week to talk about this, so I had to make a video about it. I just went out to my car, so again, excuse the informal setting here, but I had to talk about something that just happened, that has never happened before, and likely won't happen again in Ultimate's lifespan. 3 major tournaments happened last weekend, all within less than 24 hours of each other, where the 3 best Luigi players in the world, Luugi, Raru, and WaKa, all won their respective majors, and a lot of times going up against some pretty difficult matchups. So I wanted to talk about these 3 tournaments because they were absolutely fantastic. And as a Luigi main myself, this was absolutely huge. And it also speaks to kind of how Ultimate's meta has been progressing, how people's opinions on the character in general. So I just wanted to talk about all these things. If you're liking the video, please subscribe. And I really appreciate all the influx of subscribers coming in lately and all the people enjoying my videos. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. So let's get into the first tournament that happened in France, where Luugi, the best Luigi in Europe, ended up taking the entire tournament without losing a single set, going up against Gluttony twice, as well as MK Big Boss, which went to game 5, which was really, really close. In fact, his game 4 was a big comeback. He also JV4'd a Sonic player who actually took a game off of him. If you don't know what JV4 is, that means you were able to win the game without taking a single % of damage, which against Sonic and Luigi is unheard of. That matchup is extremely difficult in general, but then to do it without taking a single hit, it was absolutely stunning. But he went to root everybody there. Big Boss, I think, was his hardest set for sure. Rob is a really good matchup for Luigi, but Rob can really go off stage and capitalize on some mistakes as well. It's a very volatile matchup, but I think Luigi has a little bit of the edge just because of how combo food heavy Rob is. But he ended up just not losing a single set. He was on fire, and he took that pretty handily. Gluttony really could not pull out anything. Even his Link, who he's been playing pretty consistently for like a year, was not enough to stop him, and the Wario has just not been able to get it done. So Luugi took the very first tournament. I was fortunate enough to watch all of these in succession because they happened at different times throughout the day. So the next one that came up was one that happened in Mexico, where WaKa, the best Luigi in Mexico, ended up dropping his set to get into top 8. So he went to loser's side and had to face a Kazuya player who MKLeo had previously beaten to get into top 8 in the first place. Then he went on to beat MKLeo, as well as some other really hard matchups, including Snake in Grand Finals. Alan Dis, the best Snake in Mexico, he had to beat him twice in Grands to ultimately take that entire tournament. There were some other matchups I can't remember off the top of my head, but his entire loser's run was incredibly inspiring. Luigi, some of his hardest matchups include zoners, characters that can really just lame him out, and MKLeo, especially one of the best Smash player of all time, the best Smash Ultimate player of all time for sure, was not able to beat him even with the Joker, which is a difficult matchup for Luigi. WaKa just really ran all over him. And what's different between like Luugi and WaKa, Luugi is really good at sharking for certain, he plays really aerial based, he's really good at baiting you out into like catching you instead of just going for grab heavy stuff. He'll hit you with one thing, wait for you to panic option, and then capitalize off of it. WaKa is a combo demon. He will find confirms off of pretty much anything. It's insane what he's able to figure out. I just can't believe how easy he is to just like confirm into random kills. He'll get some stray aerial, he'll get some stray hit, and you wouldn't think that you'd be in danger of dying, but he finds a way to not only like capitalize and confirm into a kill, but do it at an incredibly early %. And he really showcased this. WaKa is absolutely insane. He has not been the picture of consistency throughout Ultimate's lifespan, but this last year, he has been turning it up. He's been able to beat Spargo. In fact, I believe he beat Spargo in this tournament, if I am not mistaken, which is one of his demons for sure. If I'm wrong about that, let me know in the comment section down below. I just can't remember, but I believe that was one of his matchups that he was able to win. Cloud Luigi is really, really difficult. Playing against any of Spargo's team, Spargo is just so phenomenal, but WaKa just turned it up. He made a crazy loser's run, and it was an incredibly impressive win to ultimately take Alan Dis to 2 sets and win the entire tournament. And then came Raru in Japan, the world's best Luigi, ranked top 6 in the world at one point. Absolutely incredible player. He's the most traditional Luigi in terms of how he plays. He plays a lot like a Wi-Fi Luigi, because I imagine he plays a lot of Wi-Fi. He kind of came out of that era post-COVID and everything. But the way that he kills you is by conditioning you and precisely inputting like all of his things. When he throws out a fireball and does follows it with like a reverse aerial rush back air to cover the space, he is immaculate in his timing and the way that he converts his kills. Like, he's maybe not as combo demony as WaKa is. He's maybe not as good at like the baits as Luugi is. But when he hits his confirm, when he gets his rising forward air, when he gets his grab, when he gets his landing nair, he will 99% of the time kill you at a very low percent off of those. He is the best at hitting his kill confirms consistently, and he does it against some incredibly hard matchups as well. For Raru, his run was probably the most interesting because he had to ultimately face Yara, the best Samus player in Japan, which is a traditionally horrible matchup for Luigi. It's gotten better over Ultimate's lifespan, but it's still 100% a losing matchup, and then had to beat Hurt in grand finals after Yara blew a 2-stock lead in game 5, and Hurt traditionally destroys Raru. Snake Luigi is a terrible matchup. The longer I've gotten used to it, the more I realize it's just really bad. It used to look really even but kind of volatile, but now it just really feels like a terrible, terrible matchup. And Hurt has really had Raru's number, especially he's taken multiple sets. I think Raru's gotten 1 or 2 off of him, but never been able to take a tournament off of him. And in grand finals, when Hurt got there, Raru was on winner's side because he beat Yara in winner's finals. He dropped the first set 3-0 to Hurt, which is incredibly demoralizing. You have absolutely no momentum going into the next set, but he did not care. He went on to 3-0 Hurt to take grand finals, and typically when I see Luigi's, especially with momentum, if they win 2 games, if they lose game 3, you start to see the cracks start to set in. You start to see them start to push their advantage, especially players like Hurt, Snake players, the zoners that can really abuse Luigi's stuff. But Raru just turned it up. He said, nope, I'm going to clutch right here, and he absolutely did, and he took the final major, completing the Luigi trifecta, something that's never happened, and again, probably will never happen again in Ultimate's lifespan. What's so cool about this is Luigi at one point, post-final patch and everything like that, this is after Ultimate's done getting patched, all the balances have happened, Luigi got changed like 2 different times. He got a consistency buff for his dash attack, I believe is one of them, and he got a nerf to his down throw in the early, or no, to his downer, grounded spikes. That's really what it was. His downer does not grounded spike you anymore like it could in Smash 4, leading to really easy confirms. Instead, you had to get the falling up air. So he hasn't had hardly any changes at all. He was ranked extremely low at the beginning of Ultimate, mid-tier during the middle of Ultimate, even after all the balance patches had gone through, and now he's sitting at a lot of Japanese players' top 10 characters in the entire game. And for me, personally, I think he's top 6. I don't even say that lightly anymore. It just really feels like it. His explosivity, the way he can recover now, people have really abused his airspeed. Like, they're getting so used to being able to recover really well with Luigi, not having to use side B hardly ever. They're just getting really smart with their recoveries and getting more punishing with their punish game and killing you at really early percents. It makes him extremely scary. And it's just so fun to see. Again, as a Luigi main myself, I just adore seeing stuff like this happen because I didn't really expect it. People disrespected and undervalued Luigi for a long time, called him a mid-tier, called him not that good, scary, but you just have to not get grabbed. Now it's like you can't get hit at all. And it's just crazy. Again, 3 Luigis in the 3 big regions in NA, Europe, and Japan, all winning their major tournaments respectively, and doing it in such an incredible fashion is just inspiring. It makes me so happy. It makes me really happy that we're not just getting a bunch of Steves winning. I know Luigi's not the most exciting character for a lot of people. He's exciting for me because I main him, but I know that he's still a lame character in a lot of respects, but I still think he's way better than Steve. I think it's way better than Sonic's winning tournament. I think it's way better than fetching Rob's even. I don't think Rob's that cool. And even Snake to some degree. I think Snake's the coolest out of all the lame characters, but even then, I'd rather see Luigi than any of the other top tiers, especially Game & Watch, especially Steve, especially Min. So let me know in the comment section down below what you think. Do you think this is a crazy feat? Who's your favorite character in Smash? Who do you main? I'd love to hear in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one.